what's going on, y'all? T-Bob here.
And Jake as well.
And you're about to watch a little OTB LSU.
We're going to give you all the latest, greatest between LSU football, baseball, women's basketball, softball, and everything in between.
Bottom line, if you want to talk Tigers, keep it locked, subscribe, like it, and we hope you enjoy it. But some of the big news over the weekend, it's not just Harlem Berry committed to that running back group and Frank Wilson, as JT Lindsey signs his commitment as well. It's from Alexandria Senior High. He's a 4-star. This guy was a late riser, now ranked as the number 11 running back in the entire country, a top 150 prospect. And I thought it was real interesting reading about JT Lindsey and his reaction to the offer, Jake, because I imagine it sounded a lot like what it felt like for you and me, where I will never forget Les Miles officially offering me a scholarship in his office with my grandfather there. It's a core memory. It meant so much. The rush of adrenaline and emotion and just feeling, I can feel the red like when it happened still. And basically JT Lindsey saying the same thing, that it was a dream come true, that it was almost surreal, and that he'd been waiting for this kind of his entire life. And now he follows in a couple of footsteps from other AHS grads and DJ Chark and Jacoby and Guillory. So a couple great running backs now committed in this 2025 class.
How about this to try to bring this conversation all together? So JT Lindsey's head coach, I played high school football with him, and when I got my offer from Nick Saban, talking about you remembering exactly where you were, I was on the phone. I was best friends with his younger brother. I was at their house when I got the offer from Nick Saban. They had a pool, and I remember I was on the phone sitting on the diving board when Coach Saban offered me, he is now the head coach of Alexandria Senior High there at Ash.
That's crazy, bro. Yeah. That's crazy. Oh, is that Ash? Okay, yeah, I didn't think about that. That's awesome. Well, it all comes full circle. And again, you gotta love, in a day and age where this is harder and harder to find, there's maybe something to be said for the guy that's kind of motivated by the roots, right? That's always wanted to put on the purple and gold and then gets the opportunity to do so. That comes with a deeper level of motivation than can kind of be artificially achieved. 5-star wide receiver, number 1 receiver in the entire country, number 3 player overall, and 2025 LSU commit. Couple of weeks back, On3 starting to report that they believe that Dakorien Moore is going to flip to Texas, right? Because that's where he lives, and I don't know, right? That's just the feeling that they were getting. Now, we said at the time it wasn't like a for sure thing. It was more of like a coin flip where the percentages had gone from 53-47 LSU to like 53-47 Texas, for whatever that's worth. Well, Dakorien Moore talked to On3's Chad Simmons, Jake, and here's what he had to say. He's talking about LSU now. Quote, "It's always been home, man. When I committed there from the start, it was just the relationships I built there. It was real genuine, and I feel like I can trust them in the moment and stuff like that. That on top of them being wide receiver U. They're producing some of the best wide receivers in the league right now. Cortez Hankton, I feel like me and him relate a lot. Me and him got the same birthday. Big. So we share a lot of similarities. I see how he coaches. I like the way he coaches. He's on that grind. I want to be a part of that. Here's where it gets interesting. I've been wanting to play there since I was little, so you can't change my dream." Pretty strong words.
Yeah.
From the LSU commit there, Dakorien Moore. Now, he was asked, okay, well, you're still taking visits, though, to like Ohio State and Oregon. What would it take to flip you from LSU? He said, quote, "Really can't put that into words. I'm really just seeing what everybody else has to offer. Of course, what LSU showed me got me to commit, so that's where I'm at. Really, I'm just seeing the little things piece by piece, seeing what everybody else got to show me as well." Of course, probably include some financial showings. But, not to the extent of a JT Lindsey, who describes the offer as like almost immediately committed on the spot, and he's been waiting for so long. But Dakorien Moore, thanks to the success, he specifically references Odell Beckham and others of the past, growing up watching them, he's harbored his own dreams, as he said, of wearing the purple and gold.
I don't blame a student athlete for taking advantage of his visits and checking out what there is, because you never want to leave wondering. I mean, I'm trying to think how many. Do you take all 5 years? No,
I always planned to, but I got lazy. And once I committed, I didn't want to. Even though that was sneakily the best way to try to make money back in the day. Yeah. Because if you could get cheap transport, or if you were like lucky and your parents would pay for your transport, you would get money that would cover like the most expensive travel options, right? So you could come out a little ahead there by taking all 5 visits. But no, I did not.
I went to Texas. I went to Texas Tech. I was going to Miami, but I got the offer from LSU, committed then, and I was like, man, I feel bad because it was like the week of, and I was like, I already told Miami I was coming, and Coach Saban was basically like, you can go if you want to, but I wouldn't, kind of situation. And so
it's your choice.
And this is like a Thursday, T, and I had it planned for early Saturday morning, and I had to call Coach Warner, who was the coach at Miami, and be like, Magic Johnson ain't gonna be there.
I was just about to say that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna
and
be
it was,
there.
dude, that as an 18-year-old having to call somebody and like tell them that morning that you have a flight that the school's paid for, and hey, coach, I ain't gonna make it.
Yeah. Sorry, dog. Papa Nick came calling, and well, thankfully he's not there anymore in our lives. That is, because when he came calling, not many said no. Wow, Jake. What incredible takes.
I mean, those guys, they're just the best.
I think so. And if you think so, again, hit the like button, subscribe, ring the bell so you get notifications when we post every single day here on OTB LSU.